Hello class. This video will explain how to use SAM 2007 training. We will start with the Chapter 7 Exploring Windows 7 training assignment, so click the link. The instructions: read each task completely before attempting it. Some tasks contain multiple steps. The due date: in SAM it will say always available. However, we will adhere to the due dates that are posted in our course site. So click OK to begin the training. It takes a second for the training to load. Let's look at the controls that appear at the bottom of the training window. You have a show task list. If you click on the arrow, it will display for you all of the tasks that are available in this training session. There are 23 of them. The check mark means that you have completed that task, and the arrow means that this is the current task that will be displayed. Um, a check mark means that you have gone all the way through to the apply mode, or you have at least completed the apply mode. There are three modes. There's observe, which will explain to you how to complete the task and give you all the steps that are required. The practice mode will explain to you how to complete the task and allow you to practice the steps. And the apply mode will give you instructions on completing the task, and it's up to you to complete it without any help from SAM. In this section, it displays the questions that are available right now. We're on question 1. If we want to scroll to question 3, we can just click the arrow to move to question 3. If we want to go back to question 1, we click the arrow and it takes us back to question 1. At the end of every task, whether it's in observe, practice, or apply, the task complete button will need to be clicked by you to move on to the next step. And these are the control buttons that are used to control the training sessions. This is the restart mode. You click this button and it restarts the training from the very beginning. This is the previous step mode. If you missed a step, you can click this button and it will go back to the previous step. This is the pause mode. If your telephone rings in the middle of completing a training, you can click that button and it will pause the training right there. If you want to skip ahead to the next step, you can click this button and it will skip this current step that you're on, move to the next step. This is the button that will turn the sound off. If you don't want the sound being heard, you can click that button, mutes the sound. This button exits the training. In SAM, the training, if you if you exit the training without completing it, you can start again and pick up where you left off. Okay, so right now we're in the observe mode. Each of the three modes, observe, practice, and apply, will display for you content about the task that is being performed in the training. And it is important that you read the information that appears in the orange box and then click continue.
Click the User 1 icon.
This is the observe mode. It shows you exactly what to do.
The password entry box for the User 1 account opens. Type P2SSWD in the password text box.
Showing you the exact
The password text box displays an asterisk as each password character is typed to hide the actual password from view. Click the arrow to the right of the password text box. User 1 is logged onto the computer and the desktop is displayed.
Now at the end of each of the modes, observe, practice, and apply, in order to move to the next mode or the next step, you have to press the task complete button. That's what this instruction is. So you click task complete and it moves to the practice mode. And notice that you'll see the same text that appeared before in the orange box. And the reason why you see the same content at the very beginning of each mode is because you can skip modes. You can skip the observe mode. You can skip the practice mode, but you must do apply in order to receive credit for completing that training task. So I'm going to click continue.
Click the User 1 icon.
This is the practice mode, so in order for me to complete this mode, I need to follow the instructions. So I'm going to click the User 1
The
icon.
password entry box for the User 1 account opens. Type P2SSWD in the password text box.
Now I'm going to enter the password and enter it
The
correctly.
password text box displays an asterisk as each password character is typed to hide the actual password from view. Click the arrow to the right of the password text box.
Now I'm going to click the arrow to the right of the password text box.
User 1 is logged onto the computer and the desktop is displayed.
I am done. So now I click the task complete button and the apply mode shows up. And like I said earlier, you can skip, observe, practice, and come right over to apply. Make sure you read the text that appears in the orange box. Click continue. And the actual task that you need to complete to um, perform the training steps are listed in the orange box below. It tells you exactly what to do. To log onto the computer, click the User 1 icon, type P2SSWD in the password text box, and then click the arrow to the right of the password text box. So I'm going to perform those tasks. And now my task is complete, and I click the task complete button. That was task number 1. So when I look in the show task list, now I have a check mark beside task number 1. If I had a check mark before beside task number 2, so I can skip task number 2 and move down to task number 3. This task is about switching users, and this is something that I already know how to do, so I'm going to click on apply. Takes just a few seconds to load. And then read the information that appears in the orange box about using multiple accounts on a single computer. And then when I'm done reading that, I click continue, and then I perform the task that appears in the orange box. Click the start button on the taskbar. At the lower right of the start menu, click the arrow beside the shutdown button. Then click switch user. On the welcome screen, click the user 2 icon. Type P2SSWD as the password, then click the arrow beside the password text box. So click the start button in the lower right hand corner, and this window is actually in my way, so I can click to drag it out of the way. Okay, uh, click the arrow beside the shutdown button, then click switch user. On the welcome screen, click the user 2 icon, and then type the password P2SSWD, and then click the arrow beside the text box. This task is complete, and now I can click the task complete button. You must click the task complete button at the end of the task in order to have your task record. And as you can see in the task list, now I've done task 1, 2, 3, and now I'm on task number 4. And I can exit at any time, and when I start again, it should pick up where I left off. And that's training in SAM 2010. Thanks for watching.